that song?
I'm gonna beat myself up probably.
That's Neil Young.
Okay. What song is it?
Only Love Can Break Your Heart off of After the Gold Rush.
No, I don't think I know that one.
That's one of my favorite albums in the world.
Okay.
Know that one and Harvest Moon, but you know, they're sort of brother-sister albums. They go together.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded very familiar, but I'm.
It's Neil Youngy.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
It's a real Neil Youngy song. But that whole stuff is really good.
Maybe that's what it was. Oh well. Cool. It's
Neil
pretty-
Young.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Measures.
Great Measures.
My name is Richard. This is Judson. I'm going to introduce you to a band you haven't heard today. A band called Rivers of Nihil. Nihil. They are...
As in nihilism?
Sure. Rivers.
Rivers of nothing. Rivers and I believe in nothing. Except for rivers.
Yeah, right. We do believe in rivers because we address them.
Right.
Song is called Where Owls Know My Name. It's from the album
Who?
Where Owls Know My Name. It was released in 2018. The album was the third album released in a tetralogy, right? Tetralogy, like four.
Or like a trilogy?
I don't know.
Tetralogy?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
You're teaching me today.
4 albums.
four. Mm-hmm. I'm the moron.
It's okay. 4 albums about the seasons. This one is about autumn.
My favorite
Or
season.
it's the autumn of the 4 albums.
Now there's an interesting
Give you a little bit of a background lyrically. What they in a May 2018 Reddit AMA, 2 of the band members stated the following: Owls, the album, is essentially is essentially the story of the last man on Earth. He was made immortal by the planet itself, the conscious seed of light, as it were, to be the sole intelligent witness of the death of the planet. Really, though, this is all set dressing for the more emotional content on display here, so looking too closely at the lyrics for story purposes is probably a bit of a futile effort in my opinion. It's really just about loss and getting older and coping with the things you've done in your life.
So you just totally screwed the conversation at the end with that.
Well, I think the music is probably going to make for enough conversation. Honestly,
Okay.
They do some different stuff.
Who?
Let's do this. All right, Rivers of Nile, Where Owls Know My Name.
Where owls know my name.
Ready to roll?
Proceed, Richard.
Days
What you got?
Man, I got nothing, man. But the song basically just says, you hear it? Mm-hmm. Just two chords, man. F sharp minor, 7, and then D. I really like that. I like the colors of those chords. F sharp.
What color do you see?
Your mom. There's some deep greens in the F sharp minor, and then D is red to me. So a very Christmassy song.
Deep greens.
Mm-hmm.
The album cover is green.
So I was right.
You were right. You nailed it.
What do you think? There's a saxophone in there,
You
Richard.
know I love a saxophone.
Yeah, but it sounds so good, and you know, you wouldn't expect for it to go over on top
To
of.
fit.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And it takes on this other dimension. It does.
Yeah. I probably should have showed you the music video too. It's very, and I'll show it to you when we get done, but it's very like 60s retro, like one guy's wearing a full like denim, the bass player's wearing a full like denim suit, and he's got the big beard and the long hair. The guy that does the clean singing, the lead vocalist, I guess you'd call him, he does the harsh singing too, the harsh vocals, but he's got like a, I don't even know what you'd call it, but it's like a, I picture when I see him, and this is probably wrong, but when I see him in that video, I picture like they call it a barker at a carnival. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I picture.
Interesting.
The guy on the sax
they
is
just
back
got
in like a suit, and he's kind of standing back in the back, and it's like the 60s color schemes and the cuts and the, you know, like they'll have the vocalist singing, and over his shoulder, kind of like edited into the video, is the bassist kind of doing his thing.
So the saxophone player is just the saxophone player, or is it one of the other band guys that go get the saxophone?
No, he's a feature. He's not a full-time band member.
It's just when you add that sonic element, I was trying to sit here and think, what is this? It puts you in another space, whether it be a movie, you know, something you know, background music to a movie, or because I got used to rock and roll saxophone or music in because it was in a section where they're just kind of jamming. I got used to that, and I don't. I'm trying not to get murdered on this.
You're good. Go ahead.
But with Dave Matthews Band.
Okay.
Now I don't listen to much Dave Matthews Band. I haven't for years.
Okay.
But back in the day when they were sort of in the jam band scene and stuff, you know, just that rocking sound and then the sax. I kind of got used to that. And there's something about a saxophone that just puts you in another headspace. You know what I mean?
It does. Yeah.
Like this contemplative, you know, on the verge of emotional space, like in a Lethal Weapon movie.
Sure. Yeah. And it's like,
because without the saxophone, the Lethal Weapon movies would have sucked.
you think so?
Yeah, dude, they have to that whenever he's
there.
all upset.
It's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
heavy.
throughout. Mel Gibson didn't go over his side, you know.
It's also, and that's kind of why I wanted to show you this song, how unexpected it is to be listening to a progressive technical death metal band, and all of a sudden a saxophone comes
It worked.
completely out of left field, but it fits.
Worked. But the tone of the guitars help out. There's just the tone of it. They didn't overreach. It didn't sound like they didn't
Sure.
do anything overreaching in the music. I mean, there wasn't really a guitar solo.
Not a technical one, no.
Yeah. They're technical.
Technical, progressive. I mean, there's a lot. Their stuff is kind of all over the board, but I would throw them into the technical, progressive.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable listen. Musically. And the vocals didn't bother me. I didn't even mind even though I thought it was a little loud, the double bass at the end.
Sure.
Because the stuff they're doing, like the it sort of throws that off a little bit when they go into the, because that's a little off the beat, that, and then you have it just kind of, the guitars all of a sudden. And I think that's awesome whenever somebody finds a hook like that on guitar.
Yeah.
But I also liked how when they go to when it goes to the little space thing and they're going to come back in, that they didn't just come back in. There was a drum fill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dug that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music, they did a lot. And then the bass section.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really enjoyed the musical aspect. I mean, just listening to it musically, it was interesting and thick.
I think they replaced, back to the bass section, they just replaced the guitar solo with a bass solo.
You think?
That's what there was definitely a bass solo in there.
And solo, it just kept, sort of, they gave him time.
Yeah, yeah.
And that worked.
Very easily could have been a guitar solo.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said this came out in 2018?
18, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the vocal stylings. I mean, they didn't get on my nerves or anything.
Right.
I guess, we could pick apart the lyrics, but it wouldn't matter.
According to them.
According to them, don't do that.
It means nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is just about getting older, and it seemed like the lyrics were just about learning that things are fading away and that kind of thing. I mean, what do you think the owls have to do with it? Maybe stripping of the identity of, as you get older, you're stripping of who you are.
I read the owl section of the description, and I can't remember now. I'm dropping the ball.
It's okay.
But they definitely have a meaning. The owls definitely have a meaning.
Yeah, well, they have a meaning in it represents a lot.
Yeah.
It represents a lot, so I don't want to say one way or the other,
Right.
because some of them are like old pagan gods that they sacrifice children to and stuff. So
Okay.
you don't want to. I don't think they necessarily meant that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, it could be.
I think it still plays into the four albums. This one being Autumn, and the person, being the only person left to witness the death of the planet. But I just don't know. Again, like I said, I remember reading it, but I don't remember what it said. My retention skills are not what they used to be.
Drug addict.
And old age.
Yeah, really? Maybe it's just the identity being stripped off, and eventually you just become who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
You got it.
I mean,
Figured it out.
what else? What else is there? Owls are cool though. I wish I had a bunch of facts to rattle off. I used to know some, but I don't right now. I guess we're both dropping the proverbial ball, but it doesn't mean anything anyway. It's just
It doesn't. That's what they said. Don't
Nile.
read into it.
just Nile.
Yeah.
Nile.
Nothing.
All right. I mean, I enjoyed that.
Okay.
We'll
do some more stuff by then.
It was, especially when the saxophone. I mean,
I kind of figured you would
it was
like
a good idea. It's
Yeah.
just musically, it was just it. Again, I wish I could. I'm sure we could sit here for another 30 minutes and try to put the words to what the saxophone does to you in a musical space like that. It just puts you somewhere else,
Just
man.
takes you.
It sort of just makes you sit
out of the current place you are and just kind of sets you over to
somewhere.
the side.
Yeah, but something where you like sit back a little bit and go,
oh, I get it.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'm cool with this.
I feel better.
Blow that thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, saxophone doesn't play anything that makes you feel, tension. There's no tension in a saxophone. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like
smooth.
It's smooth all the time.
Yeah.
So when that happens again, you just kind of.
Even in moments like Minute Works, Who Can It Be Now? The very beginning is so abrupt with the saxophone, but you're like, oh, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, you're right. And there's a sadness in it, like a sort of a longing in it, Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. Who?
Thanks for watching, everybody. We are Great Measures.
Who? Great Measures.
That was Where Owls Know My Name by Rivers of Nile. My name is Richard. This is Judson. Have a wonderful day.